You done it? Cool. Hello everybody and welcome back to ILR Tier 5. Today we're here for round 8 around France. A track that in real life has never really produced great racing, but it is obviously different in league racing. Today I've got a new commentator next to me, someone who's never done commentary before. However, Captain Carol 4 couldn't make it today, so I decided for my co-commentator I'd pick up someone that I know very well outside of league racing. So my friend Tom, I've decided to commentate alongside today.
Hello.
So he's never done commentary before, so
That's true.
it's kind of going to be a Crofty and a Brundle situation here.
Oh, completely.
Might not hear much of him, but I'm hoping he makes some noise throughout the race.
Well, you know, depends what happens. It's got to be exciting. People going out at the moment.
I think it will be, because although the problem is Sector 1 cars often separate from each other in real life, but on the F1 game,
it might be
there's not much of a
first corner.
Yeah, exactly. The first corners, especially because it's quite fast flowing, but it suddenly tightens from a very wide track and it suddenly narrows going into turn 1, and there's often a lot of crashes. In fact, I've never seen a league race where there's not a crash at turn 1 here, just from the sheer lack of space going into turn 1 and the lack of awareness from the drivers. So I'm just putting the tweet out now that we've started, and I will put it into the Snapchat as well. So yeah, ILRT Jenkins leading the championship, currently on his outlap behind Atlantis J20. Comfortable lead. I will get the standings up now, but I think after the last race it's 35 to 40 points, and Alfa Romeo's lead is even bigger than that, with his teammate Dark Wolves getting a podium as well last week for them to get second and third respectively. I personally can't see anybody really catching Jenkins or Alfa Romeo for the time coming, but I mean, we never know what's going to happen. Sparshot has had a good race last time out in Canada, actually won it. And in fact, what I'll do now is I'll send you the standings as well.
Yeah, go for it.
So, who's first on their laps then? Who are we looking at?
Sector 1 yellow.
That's a Williams off at turn 1. Is that Sparshot? No, it's not. It's his teammate Scottish dude. He's on his outlap, so he must have just come out. He's letting people through.
Probably.
Yeah.
Quite a few people posting their flying laps at the moment. First one, obviously, banker time. 18 minutes second.
Yeah, exactly.
So for what, 3 or 4? You'd say, but you probably only want to do 2. Maybe 3.
I mean, yeah, you can do 3 or 4, but you always want to leave one set of tyres left over.
In case it all goes wrong, start of the race, you need to shift strategy, etc. So
yeah, so we've got a lot of cars out on the softs, but also a lot of cars out on the hard. So what that tells me is that people are going to go for a hard to medium strategy, or a medium to hard strategy, and then the people on the softs are going to go for a 2-stop. But I know you can 1-stop around here. Softs. I know you can definitely do a soft 1-stop around here, because I've seen someone do it before and he actually won the race.
Maybe people are using
the
harder tyres as their banker time.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just not going for a proper flying lap yet.
I often do
the soft compound towards the end.
Yeah.
First couple times.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got Sparshot who's done his first lap there. We missed that on the medium. So what that tells me is he's going 130.8. I mean.
Soft, and then
the soft
hard
is coming in behind, nowhere near him.
Yeah, I know, that's quite a big gap as well.
6 tenths, and Dark Horse
to second place. Dark Horse
picked up a podium last week. In fact, that was
seems like a wealthy about
it's his first podium at a
season.
season.
A bit closer. Got Jenkins there.
Although I'm now looking at the standings, and only Sparshot and Jenkins actually got classified for the last race.
Flags, the all 3 sections at the moment. People getting off track, going out of the way.
I know Yeah, well, I know that was Dark Horse's first podium last time out. So,
and
if we look at constructors, yeah, Alfa Romeo, really just on their own.
They
out
changed
front,
the pit lane
ahead
in
of
France.
Williams. Yeah, they have. They brought in
They have.
the yeah, they have. Yeah.
I was going to say, I haven't played France for ages. Shows them.
So 56 points is the gap at the top, from ILRT Jenkins down to only DTM in the Force. Well, Racing Point. Sorry, not the Force India. The Racing Point. I will always get that wrong. I'm too accustomed to knowing them as Force India.
Completely.
And then, JJ Rocks goes to, wow, so 2 separate tyres. He goes,
wow,
2 thousandths of a second off of the Williams of T10 Spa Shot. Spa Shot obviously won last time out in Canada. He's looking to do that again. Jenkins on the soft, so 1:31.1. So what's that showing me is that Spa Shot is well clear of anyone because he's on the harder tyres than everybody around him. Maybe the only person that can even come close, or the people who can only come close, is Damien and Dustin, who 5th and 6th respectively have done their laps on the hard tyres, but I don't think 1.5 seconds.
No, I was going to say, actually, there's not that much of a difference between 1 compound. If it was, if it was hard and soft, then maybe, but
yeah,
that's a excellent lap time. Jeez.
Although Spa Shot will be happy with
Evolution might play a part. I don't know. Still 10 minutes left of the session.
Well, he's going to come out on the. He's going to come out on the softs, and
you just see me come out on the softs again. Yeah.
Well, he's fitted them now. You can actually see on the spectator menu, if you go down to detail and go across to fitted, you got best and you've got fitted. So the best shows you their best lap time. The fitted shows you what they've put on, even if they're in the pits like Spa Shot is.
Yeah.
So
it does look like he's
looking at
on the softs.
Yeah, he'll probably come out on the softs. In fact, he is coming out on the softs. There he goes now behind his teammate Scottish Dude 0-0. And I'm looking at the amount of people.
Might be going for a couple. Giving himself a bit of,
well,
a bit of buffer of time just in case he messes up on the first one. Gives him enough time to get back in.
I'm looking down in that bottom 7 of cars that haven't put in a lap. And I know Joel's has pace. And I know only DTM has pace. But I don't see anybody in there that can challenge Spa Shot, maybe other than Joel's. Because I know Joel's. I don't know if he's good around this track, but I do know he's a fast driver, obviously, with my time in AMS with him. He's not a bad driver, I can tell you that. He won at Monaco with some questionable some questionable driving. He may or may not have hit someone from behind.
Fair enough.
At the Novo chicane. But apart from that, yeah, exactly. You got, if that's, I don't think he meant it. He went for. I think he broke a bit late. Went for the inside, and the car turned in on him. Didn't see him.
Enough.
And
just watching.
So
watching Spa Shot on his out lap now. Seems fairly clean as of now.
He is going to turn the final corner, and there's wings everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of debris.
And if we look at Adamar 2396.
Oh God, yeah, he's lost his wing there.
Where could he have lost that?
I don't know. Has he gone into someone else?
Well, this is the thing, because he had come in the pits if it was anywhere other than the final corner, and there's no way you can lose it at the final corner. He's actually gone straight over there, turn 1, probably to let cars through.
Well, I'll follow Spa Shot on this lap, just for now.
Yeah, I'm on board with him now. See, this is where obviously cars are going to be bunching up.
Hitting apex is fairly consistently at the moment.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem. This is such a long straight, but the problem is that before there's just that kind of fast right-hander that tightens up as you go through it.
Yeah.
And towards the end it opens up. It's a difficult corner, and also you're going to experience massive downforce loss if you're behind that car. So that's why it's a lot harder to overtake here. Because in that first sector you need good downforce because they're such fast corners. So in real life you hardly see any overtakes because there's so much downforce lost through that first sector. But on the game there's not much of a there's not as much of a difference as there is in real life. So you see a few more overtakes. I think we'll see some good battles in this race.
Well, okay, I'd hope so. It's quite again quite a wide circuit. You've got a lot of room in there for cars to play with. So you might see some daring last minute dives in there, maybe some.
Or
side to
We
side
could see
battles.
some virgin driving. We could see
We
some
could,
virgin
we could.
driving. And if
Cross
we
the
see
line.
that, then...
1:29.9.
So 29.9, he's
Excellent
9 tenths
lap time.
faster than anybody else. And we're going to ride on board with AMS Joel's here, coming through the first sector. In fact, I'm going to get his lap data up now, because I feel like he's the only person who can really challenge. He set a 25.0 in the first sector. Spar shot, I will now check, did a 24.5. So Joel's already 5 tenths down on the Williams driver, and he's suddenly hit a purple patch, has T10 Spar shot. Just in these last two races, and Joel's drops it on the exit of the chicane, and that's that lap done. That's gonna be a write-off, and those tyres as well didn't really look like they took much of a beating, but
I'm sure
probably
they
not the best.
temperature-wise.
Yeah,
At least the lap's worth.
well, yeah, they're probably
where
done.
there. I'm going on board with ILR Jenkins on his lap at the moment. Seems fairly clean so far. What's he done first sector?
4 tenths down now on Spar shot.
Wow. That lap must have been absolutely mad.
Is he even going to come out for another one? Because I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
With that amount of gap,
No,
I wouldn't.
Just sit on my phone.
I'd wait to see what Joel's did, I think.
Yeah, I'd wait to see.
That's what he's
whatever
probably
else
going to
does.
do, knowing Jack.
Yeah, fair enough. Looks like.
ILR
Oh, is that Jack
the
Spar?
championship leader. That is Jack Spar, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, Jack Spar, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still on board
Anybody
with,
else in here you'd know? Probably not. You might know
probably-
Joel.
I doubt it.
Remember Unlucky Cheetah?
Roughly. I remember the name. I don't think I remember him personally.
Yeah, I think he
I
raced
did about
in...
3 races until I realised what very good.
I think he raced with us in Friday Fun Racing.
Oh, what a league that was. That was
What a league.
brilliant.
I enjoyed
Right,
that so much.
Here he comes. Oh, he's done good enough for P3. Duckworth outdoes him there.
It's behind his teammate. And Street Demon there coming out the pits. I know Jenkins backed off his lap, but if Jenkins was on a lap there, Street Demon would have blocked him.
JJ Rock goes faster than the pair of them. Goes into P2. Still 4.5 tenths down on Sparshot's lap.
It's gonna have to be a crazy lap for anybody
not even
really
close.
to. I don't think anybody's gonna get near him.
Someone's done 5 laps.
He's done 5. Oh, Jesus, Atlantis J20, and they're
Atlantis
all on the
has done
hards as
5
well.
laps.
Probably just. And he's still going.
Yeah, well, he's been cutting corners.
I don't think he's coming to pits.
Not sure what he's doing.
Sure, he's
really.
got to come in now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
he
like it.
comes.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's just lost his way to the pit entrance.
Mr. Che, you know, like what Kimi Räikkönen did back in I think Brazil 2012, where he went, he went straight over the grass.
Yeah.
Thought he was on the track, but he was on the. I mean, I can't blame him. It did look a little bit like the track, but you don't expect that from a seasoned veteran of the sport.
Well, no.
Just trying to think now, who's really out there on a competitive lap? I don't think anybody is looking down the...
lap at this point. You come out at about, what, 3 minutes left to go, maybe?
Well, it depends, because you can look at it as you come out for your out lap and you cross the line with less amount of time as the lap time's going to be, so you are crossing the line with the checkered flag, or you come out before, which is what basically everybody's doing.
Yeah,
and if you mess up your first lap, you've got another one there. Yeah. I mean, personally, I'll just go for the risk, mate. I'll come out with a minute to go or whatever. Get the lap in for the checkered flag, but no, it's definitely it probably is the best strategy to
coming
do.
out on mediums again, so they're probably 100% going for one stops.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we got Dustin there on a 31.8. I don't really think he'll go anywhere on a one softer compound. Gilbert changes back. He keeps going between the softs and mediums. A couple cars, out in the mediums on the track. Most notably. Well, I think you can do, because of the amount of people who are out on the softs. I think you can do a soft one stop one. In fact, no, I'm almost certain you can on the soft to hard. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen someone do softer medium. Joel's That's what I was talking about. If you invalidate your lap, you go for another one. And lucky he came out that early because he has indeed. He went wide at turn 2.
Alright.
Invalidated his lap
four
time.
in
I
the
could tell as
pits
soon
at
as
the
he went
moment.
off.
I would be surprised to see Spa Shot come out again, but you never know.
I think he will, just because it's only 4.5 tenths now.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably. I think he's safe, but.
I would be surprised if
you never know.
time from now.
Well, you don't know. I mean, JJ Rocks could have made a mistake on his 2 laps he's had so far, but I don't.
True.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yellow
just exiting
flags.
right
Oh, that's
now.
Joel's going after.
Like a lot of people exiting the pit lane.
Yep. T10 Spa Shot is one of them. Comes out right ahead of P2, JJ Rocks.
Oh god, yeah. Lets him go for it.
Only DTM. He's second in the championship. Just coming out now. Just coming out. He's going on to his lap now on the mediums.
Alright.
And he's going to have a gaggle of cars ahead of him to negotiate. Comes down into turn 1. He needed to be nice and smooth. Go over that first curb, then through that second one. Maybe could have gone a little bit faster, but I think he got away with that one.
It did seem like he got the power a bit late.
I think the car kind of slid going into turn 2.
It did seem like that, didn't it?
That's a little bit slow as well. He does look like he's got a little bit off the pace, but he's putting a 25 flat in sector 1, which is 5 tenths off Spa Shot, which could put him around P4 or P5.
Exactly. So, there were a couple of people.
I'm interested to see what Craig Conley can do.
Yeah, just watching him now.
Bit wide there.
No,
sector 1 is
slightly on
25.3.
both of those two.
A tenth down on his time so far. Just trying to see now who's coming towards the line. We've got Sarah Girdwood about to come up to the final turn now on the mediums. I can't see her going too far up, but we'll see. She's already at a 131, so she can't really be going too far up. And
13th.
She stays P13 with a 134.1, which would only put her 17th, so she's lucky she's got that lap in just before. Who else have we got? We've got War Dark Phoenix opening up his DRS now. It's a 32 or 33, puts himself P11. JJ Rock, who's
on his lap, P2.
Yes, JJ Rock came out behind Spa Shot, so he must have overtaken him.
He did, yeah, he overtaken him.
Oh, JJ Rock goes over the curb. That could be it. It is it. And he goes off there and...
abandoned it.
Well, yeah.
Spa
Shot will be looking at that thinking it's probably all over now. And I think that might be an invalidation from Spa Shot. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. You might want to go for an even better lap. Only DTM retires from the session P7. He went there. Kind of hard to keep up with everything that's going on. War Dark Phoenix pulls over and allows T10 Spa Shot, provisional pole sitter, to go through.
Conley with 131.4. Those two.
Yeah, that was his lap before, so he missed out there. Joel's P19 invalidated his lap.
Oh, so he's starting from the back.
P19. He will be starting from the back.
At least P19, could be starting P20 depending on how HKH does on his lap at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Spa Shot spun.
Look, Spa Shot has spun it. I mean, he's not going to be too bothered with that one.
Probably taking a bit of a risk there. He knows he's safe. Or safer anyway. Watching Dark Wolves now. Looks like someone's in his...
Dark Wolves coming up behind Dustin. Is this going to hamper him?
They might be getting some dirty air off.
Well, Jenkins is ahead of him. Jenkins is who we really need to be looking at as he rounds the penultimate corner. He's got a McLaren. He's got a McLaren in front of him. He's not going to make a difference. It's AJH, so he's going to be interesting to see if he can get ahead of Monaco winner AMS Joels. All he has to do is do a lap, which he has.
Yeah, he has.
Across the line, ILR Jenkins, only 3 tenths there.
Yeah, less than 50.
And Dark Wolves can't improve.
No, it's going to be P4.
On his time. And looking up and down the grid, that's everyone.
That's everything.
Apart from Adam R.
Adam
R is still on his lap. Oh no, he's currently doing a 142. So no, that's him done as well.
You assume he's been abandoned then. Okay. Well.
Any shocks looking up and down? I can't really see any shot. I mean, Craig Conley in P7. I'm not sure if he's got a point yet this season. I'm sure he has. Craig Conley. He has 9 points. So he does have points. But P7, that's a good qualifying for him. On the softs, maybe wanted to get a little bit higher. Only a 10th of nostalgic with Dustin. Boom qualifies P9 for the second race in a row. I was a bit surprised last time, but this time round I'm fully understanding that he does have pace. AJ2, I mean, I'm not really seeing any surprises apart from Joel's P20. ILR P19 as well. Street Demon P18. Last time out, he was battling for a top 5 spot. T10 Denzel in P16. So yeah, no.
Lots of competition at the back then. Should be an interesting one from there.
Well, 20 drivers. Last time out, kept it kind of clean. It wasn't too bad, actually. But yeah, so pole position, blinding lap there from T10 Spa Shot and spun on his last lap. Could have gone even faster. ILRT Jenkins, championship leader, P2, followed by JJ Rocks, who splits the Alfa Romeos with Dark Wolves in 4th, Unity Gilbert 5th, Dustin, Craig Conley, only DTM Boom and AJ2 Panther rounds out the top 10. Then it's AJH, Atlantis J20 after qualifying P4 last time out. Disappointing qualifying for him. Damien, Wardark Phoenix, Sarah Girdwood, T10 Denzel, Scottish Dude, Street Demon. Adamar didn't get a competitive lap in and AMS Joels didn't get a lap in at all. So I'm looking at that bottom 10 and I can see already 4 drivers in there that I would expect to be in the top 10. So
yeah.
Like you said, competition probably on its way.
Be interesting.
A nice dry setting. I would have liked it to be raining, but we probably should have knew it wouldn't be. Well, by the fact that half the grid qualified on mediums or hards, which they wouldn't do if it was raining.
Well, you assume so, yeah.
So Street Demon Ready's up. Street Demon Ready's up, which could have annoyed a few people because I know from my league races I like a little bit before the race just to change setup if needed for the race. Yeah. Put a bit more fuel in, maybe take fuel out of the car, change your wing position, change your differential, change your brake bias. Yeah, exactly. We are going to have a formation lap as well.
We are, okay.
Spa Shot leads the grid away. A couple of cars not actually starting there, but I'm sure everybody will
I'm going to watch it from the back. See what unfolds. I'm going to be on board with AMS Joels to start with.
What, off the start?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'd personally go down P11, P12 just so you can see, and don't go on board. Just go on like the Skycam.
Yeah.
P11, P12. You just get the grid at the back, and I get the view at the front. But T10 Spa Shot qualified. I think pole last time out. Was he P2? No, he's P2 last time out. I mean, I'd love to see him win again because A, he's the leader of T10, which I'm a part of, and 2, I'm just good mates with him, and I think after he's had some unlucky races so far in his league racing career in F1 2019, I'd just like to see him win again. But I guess I have to be unbiased. I mean, obviously, the main thing is that you see good racing, and then personal preference comes second when you're a commentator. So Jenkins will want to get a move done early on Spa Shot.
You'd assume so.
I mean,
completely got excellent pace.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. You can be 2 seconds faster than the person in qualifying, but everybody's the same distance away from each other on the grid. So all it takes is, one missed gear for Spa Shot, a bogged down off the start, a split second where he doesn't react to the lights going out, a lock up at anything, and he could be out of the lead. And all it takes for Jenkins is one pounce down into turn 1, one dive bomb, one brave move that not all drivers make, and he could very easily be leading this French Grand Prix. Looking back, 4th to 5th have a massive gap.
Although you might think that ILRT Jenkins, obviously he's got a championship to think of. Maybe he won't be as rash.
Yeah. But at the same time, maybe he wants to defend that championship. He's 56 points ahead as it is.
Wants to keep that as high as possible.
Exactly. Well, we've watched Adam and Joel. They're coming around right at the back. Street Demon ahead of them. I feel like it's going to be a good one, especially down into turn 1. This is going to get absolutely crazy.
I was just rounding off their formation laps now.
And there's a racing point at the back. That looks to be Atlantis J20.
Very late.
Probably just slipped behind. Yeah, he probably just didn't start and just realised a bit late that he was on his formation lap. So, can ILRT Jenkins get a win here to boost his championship lead, or will T10 Sparshot be able to mount his title charge? Can only DTM push? 5 lights. And the lights are out here in France. It's a good start from Sparshot. JJ Rocks with a brilliant start. Maybe that was a jump start. Looking maybe to get alongside Sparshot down into turn 1. He does. Sparshot gets through fine. JJ Rocks hits him. Dark Wolves past ILRT Jenkins as well.
Spins there.
Sideways. AJ2 Panther further down the grid. Up the inside goes Unity Gilbert on ILRT Jenkins. A horrible start for the championship leader. Even Sajika Dustin's looking for a move on him now.
Dark Wolves now
What a
up
start.
P3, but Jenkins losing 3 positions. Gee, that's not.
Yeah,
not
what a start for Street Demon and T10 Denzel as well.
We've got an amazing
Jenkins on Gilbert maybe now. Jenkins coming down, he's catching. Looks to the inside of Unity Gilbert, can't get the move down.
Decide better on it. Good decision there, to
Looking down the grid, we got Damien and Scottish dude there. Damien goes a bit wide.
8 positions. Street Demon gaining 9 positions.
Yeah, some
and
really good
AMS
starts
Joel's
here.
gaining
Boom
5
down
positions
11.
each.
AMS Joel's up
Boom down
5.
11.
And look at that
Was
bottom
it,
5. Ooh.
There's a Renault.
Who's this,
Where
sorry?
where was the Haas that got spinning?
That was
AJ
AJ2 Panther.
AG.
It was, yeah.
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 Anything happening up top? So you've got already a 7, 8, 10th gap between first and second.
Sparshot's going to want to build that straight away.
Oh, there you get out
just
the
get
DRS as early
away.
as possible.
Exactly. Which I think he will. He seems like he's got good pace.
It
Looking
looks like
further down, everybody's kind of bunched up. Joel's is right on the back of Adamara as well. And oh, there's Atlantis J20 going sideways towards the back of the grid. Doesn't look like he's come out of it. Oh, he's gone in the pits. Joel's will be looking for a move instantly on Adamar. Adamar starting, I believe, on the hards. He is. So, in fact, there goes Joel's past Adamar.
Yeah,
Adamar doesn't really put up a fight.
Starting on the medium pound tyres compared to the hards of Adamar, it probably made more sense for him to just let him go past. Run each other's races.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking up and down the grid. Craig Conley with a massive gap.
J20 is left the session.
Oh, here we look at Dustin. Dustin maybe looking for a move on Jenkins. No, not able to. Did Dustin get past Joe? I don't think he did he? I think Jenkins stayed ahead just a bit early on in the race, and he has here. Scottish dude gets past Craig Conley as well. Maybe Craig Conley, yeah, he's lost his front left end plate in an incident probably at the start. And we've got to look for Joel's here as well. Joel's moves to the inside. And I don't think Craig's going to... Oh, he does try to fight it. Takes out the barrier board, the board as well. And Joel's moves his way up into P12. You know he's got to get these moves done early.
It's a good start for him. 8 places gained already. Street Demon 9 places gained already. Up into P9 now. Excellent start.
Craig Conley losing places left, right and centre here. So a brilliant start really for Sparshot. 1.4 seconds. He's checked out in front. Fastest lap of the race, 1:35.0. I don't think anybody's really come close to that. Exactly, yeah. And I mean, fastest lap. Nobody even within 5/10 of him there. And
JJ Rock
off goes JJ Rock in the
2.5 second gap.
Background.
3-second penalty for JJ Rock as well there.
Yeah, he went wide. And I think Dark Wolves may be holding up Jenkins and Gilbert here. And even Dustin and DTM. Been held up. Oh, look how close Gilbert gets there. And he might get a better run here. No, he doesn't. He gets a worse run. Maybe he got wing damage. Around the outside goes Jenkins. Off the track. He's going to have to stay off the track and let him go back through. No, he doesn't. He might have to give that position back. Yes, he does. And he has to go off and give the position back. And look what that's done. Put it behind Dustin as well. And DTM up the inside. Oh my God. You can't be doing that. Put it right up the inside. The move wasn't there. The room wasn't there.
Spot there, is it?
I mean, really? You can if there's space, which there wasn't. Street Demon on the back of T10. Denzel looks up the inside, not enough space. He moves out of that overtake. And Jenkins, the championship leader,
congested there.
P6 now. It did,
I
didn't
think
it?
that was quite harsh on Jenkins, to be honest with you. What's his name? Ran wide, not Jenkins, not in front of him, just ran wide. Jenkins took the available space, and then the other person came back on the track, forced him off the track, and then in doing, Jenkins
No, I think.
racing
Well, no,
incident,
Jenkins
obviously,
was.
but
I mean, they were both on the track at the time. I think Jenkins maybe should have just lifted off a little bit. But here he comes now on Gilbert. I don't think Gilbert's really going to put up too much of a fight down into turn 1.
seems
Jenkins,
like
championship leader.
damage. Seemed very slow.
I think he might do. Because he went. No, he doesn't. Because you can see on his end plate, he
running
doesn't.
very wide.
Who's
got,
close now?
Dustin trying to make a move on Dark Wolves.
Yeah, he's very close.
Nothing
Only
doing
4 tenths behind.
On the medium tyres.
And wide goes Dark Wolves, and here we go. Dustin is going to have the DRS. We move on board with him in the Red Bull now, and I don't think really Dark Wolves is going to have much to say about this one. Through goes Dustin.
Tyre compound. He's done an excellent start. Speed 3.
Yeah, a very good start there from the Red Bull, and in fact the Red Bull is now P2 and P3. And I think maybe for the first time this season, Alfa Romeo, as it stands, will be outscored by another team. I don't think that's happened so far this season.
Still, long way to go. Only 4 out of 27 laps completed. Hang on, we've got Dark Wolves now trying to fight back. And an excellent run.
Well, obviously on those soft tyres, this is where he's going to benefit really compared to the Red Bull through this last sector.
But going into a more potential here. Getting very close, but it's just not close enough.
T10 Denzel went a little bit wide there, and only DTM right on the back of Street Demon. And in fact, he could go for a move somewhere around here. Look at how close he is.
Very. Close as
Gilbert pits. Only DTM hit there.
That was risky. Unity Gilbert into the pits.
And here we go. We actually could see Speed Demon coming back here. Only DTM, we're not going to.
Early spot, so it looks like he's probably going to the 2 stop.
Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, that's the only thing. A few cars coming in actually.
Tyre. Penalty for speeding in the pit back in there.
Sorry, who got that?
Panther.
Ah, okay. That is a problem that you can have, especially at this track. The pit entry just comes so fast.
Yeah.
That's an unlucky one for him. But I mean, looking up and down the grid now, everybody's kind of separating. We've got War Dark Phoenix. AMS Joels isn't closing in as much as I thought he might have done. Maybe he has a little bit of damage on his front wing.
Jack Spar
War Dark
now,
Phoenix.
or Spar Shot, 3.7 seconds ahead of P2 here. Been an excellent
He's running away with this one, really, isn't he?
Completely, yeah.
And it's not even close. I mean, yeah, here we go. I mean, we said this was going to be a good run. And you can see here
on JJ Rock as well, even on those medium tyres.
I mean, P5 down to P9, everybody's kind of there, but the problem is everybody's got DRS, and we said this at Canada as well. Everybody gets DRS on each other, and as a result, people aren't, you can't make a move if the car in front of you is also trying to make a move. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the person at the back's always going to get, he's always going to gain the most because he gets the advantage of however many cars in front slipstream. But, I mean, and Dark Wolves pits as well, so he's moving to the 2 stop. I mean, we're looking now at War Dark Phoenix. He is closing in very rapidly on Street Demon. He's going to be able to look to a move to the inside. Street Demon doesn't really... Oh, wow. Whoa, bit of lag there. Street Demon... Wow, he suddenly lagged forward and backwards, and then goes wide, and here we go. Dark Phoenix could come back at him here, but there's probably not enough space, and he does go for it, and that was never there. That was never there. And Joels goes through, and nearly hits his teammate.
Cutting there as well.
Who got that? Sorry, War Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's come back on the... I don't think you could do that. He's just come back on the track and overtaken Alamar. I don't think he can...
That seems hard.
I don't think he can just... I don't think you can just come back on the track and go straight for an overtake. It's not going to matter anyway, because moving his Ferrari straight back past War Dark Phoenix. Bit of lag. Oh, JJ Rocks, he's gone.
JJ Rocks retire.
He drops it there on the exit of the chicane. Well, how has he dropped it there? I reckon he probably put his foot down. Wow. I mean, that's a weird place to drop the car. Oh, look at this, DTM and Denzel. DTM up the inside, P4 now for him. Great moves up from P8 there. Only DTM.
Gaining 4 positions.
Oh, man, I want to look at P5
as well. Jenkins coming under pressure.
We look at P5, 6, 7, 8 and 9.
It's all very close.
None of them. None of
The pit.
10. Jenkins does pit, so he's going to a 2-stop. But yeah, no. What I'm saying is, we look at we look at T10 Denzel up 12. We look at Street Demon up 13. Joel's up 14. All of these guys who started at the back, who we said there's going to be some competitiveness towards the back.
Yeah.
And that has happened.
Everyone in the top 10 apart from obviously Sparshot gaining a position or more.
Yeah.
Excellent
And then the
start
only
to people,
person
but
in the
then on the
bottom-
flip side, poor starts to people in the bottom 10 as well, to be honest with you. You've got a lot of minus 10s, minus 11s, etc.
But a lot of them have just come in the pits, and in fact, let's watch Adam R, because on his hard tyres now, closing up to the cars on the mediums, maybe due to their...
So maybe his tyres will start to be fresher
Yeah.
than theirs.
Yeah,
Mediums
exactly.
start to
Adam
go
R
off.
now opens up that DRS, and I don't think
On
he's put his
Scottish
DRS
dude.
up into overtake.
Doesn't
not
look
gonna
like
be a
they'll have
close
much of an
one.
answer. No.
No, and up the inside
Simple
he goes
move there.
unless he... Yep, he'll be happy with that one. You always want the easiest move possible, really. And that's
Top
exactly
three
what
quite
he's just
spaced
got
out.
there.
3.2 to
Oh,
second.
hang on, look at Dark
6
Phoenix.
seconds.
Dark Phoenix right on the back of Scottish dude as well. And in fact, he could go for a move coming out of here.
Oh, the
bit
inside,
wide there.
risky one.
Yeah, he's backed out a
Needs
bit.
to
I
get a
don't blame
decent
him
run
one
out of this
bit.
corner.
I would call
Scottish
it
dude
virgin
runs
driving,
wide.
but
Does he
it's
have damage
definitely
potentially?
Scottish dude. I mean, you can't really see it on his front wing.
Gilbert, 3-second penalty. Multiple warnings.
Dark Phoenix coming right back at Scottish dude. Sorry, he's coming right back at him, and he's there.
Is he going to dive
He's
into the
not
last
close
corner? He's
enough.
not. He's going to set himself up for a good run down this long straight.
No, he's not. He's
Spar
come
shot
a
into the
bit
pits.
too close there. Spar shot pits. He goes to the medium tyres. No, I don't know.
No, well, can you
This is
stretch
the
out the
thing,
mediums
he's-
this long?
Well, he's best mates with Jolly, and Jolly, I remember, did softs to either mediums or hards, and he made them work. Softs to hards here is probably possible if you put the hards on now, 20 laps.
Yeah,
I think that'd be alright.
but not mediums.
It's just whether you can... I don't think so.
No.
It's gonna... Well, I mean, I guess we'll have to see. Because you have to think, a lot of these cars starting on the mediums, what if they stretch them out and go to the softs on the end?
Well,
Here comes
yeah,
MS
it's
Joels,
entirely
actually. We talked about one of the cars on the mediums, and he gets an
Then Adam
easy
R
overtake
on a
there
half
on
is
Street
already
Demon.
much faster than Scottish dude. But, you know, again, they've been battling, so maybe that. I mean, they're like down the
Yeah,
inside.
exactly.
No. Dark Phoenix thinks better of that. Scottish dude
T10
runs wide at the
Denzel.
second part of the chicane.
Can War Dark Phoenix go for a move here? No, he's not really closing up enough. It looks like he's also low on fuel, I must add. Whether he's under fueled or... Yeah, you can see when you go on board with him on the telemetry thing in the bottom right, you can see the yellow fuel card. So Scottish dude picks up a 3-second time penalty. Goes a little bit too tight at that corner.
Oh, the
the inside, there's no space there.
Very risky move. Scottish dude, very
War Dark
courteous in
Phoenix.
the end.
Well, Dark Phoenix has tried that once already this race, and
Yeah, it isn't learned from his
it ended up
mistake,
with him spinning
as it
out.
turns out. His tyres would have taken a bit of a extra beating as
Yeah.
well from that spin out.
But he's got
Needs to get this
DRS,
move done early.
and Scottish dude doesn't.
You
And
can
he's
go
going to
for
look
one
maybe to the
into
inside
turn
now.
one.
Scottish dude
Much
doesn't
more
protect the
viable.
inside. And he gets the
Yeah,
move
it's
done.
fairly simple,
Great
but
move there.
Cuts that corner and it's a 3-second penalty.
Everybody's picking up penalties here. I don't
Dark
think really
Phoenix.
them picking up penalties is going to matter as much because everybody's getting them.
Probably not in the end, no. Anyway, Dustin leading the race so far. With obviously Jack
I
Spar
mean,
in the
unless
pit.
there's a unless there's a safety car, Sparshot will take that. In fact, if Sparshot's looking for a 2-stop, he's
No.
behind all of these cars in
Dustin
front
will
of him
have
now.
track position.
He's behind all of these people. There's surely no way he's going for a 2-stop.
On board with Spar shot now. A bit of clean air. We're coming up to his teammate, Scottish dude, who obviously was just overtaken by Dark Phoenix. Seems to seems to have dropped off a bit, Scottish dude, from Dark Phoenix. Makes me think he's probably got a bit of damage.
I mean, Dark Phoenix has got some pace, so boom, retires
yellow
from the
flag.
race. I don't know what that's for. Oh, he's dropped it there. He's dropped it coming out of. He's dropped it there. I'm honestly in disbelief as to how
that
he.
happened.
Unless he's hit someone.
Must have done. Denzel closing up
Looking
to
like
only
that,
DTM.
But he's been at this distance mostly the whole race. I mean, DTM right now is second in the championship. Now, if Jenkins is going for a 2-stop,
Spa shot 133.8 on the medium tire.
that's 1.2 seconds faster than his fastest time earlier on in the race on the softs. So he's managed to find 1.2 seconds from somewhere on a harder compounded tyre. And in fact, his teammate ahead of him now, I mean, I would imagine he's going to let him through. I can't imagine there's going to be any inner-team conflict here between the two drivers. And in fact, yeah, there goes Scottish Dude now pulling over to the inside. And in the Spa shot, there he goes, around the outside. Scottish Dude lets him go. No inner-team conflict, that's good driving there. Denzel closed up, he's quite close now to only DTM.
Yeah.
Only 3/10, I mean, he's not going to get a move done here.
No, but setting himself up maybe for the pit straight. Needs to stay as close as possible.
Very wide line, and that allows him to get a much better turn in than only DTM there. And here's where the dirty air is going to hit. It's all about whether he can just get that car turned in a little bit better, which it looks like he is. Spa Shot makes a move on Dark Phoenix. I don't know where that's come from. He's quite far behind to make the move, so maybe Dark Phoenix made a mistake, or Spa Shot was put in brilliant driving. But here we go, Denzel.
Anyway,
Denzel's
he's not got very good.
tight.
He's not got a great exit there. He'll have DRS, but I don't think it'll be enough.
If he goes for a move, it's going to be a very late one, but he's going to set him up. He's going to set himself up brilliant for the long straight. No, he's too wide there, and this is the problem. He's getting into a position for an overtake.
He's gone wide there.
There's a 3-second time penalty for. And this is the thing. He's definitely fast enough to overtake only DTM. I think we can see this, but he's making too many mistakes, going too tight into corners. And then maybe letting the car flow a little bit too wide in certain areas, and he's getting punished for it. He looks like he's going to be close enough this time round.
It looks like he's got much longer straight to work with as well. DRS wide open.
He's going to be close. They're going to be side by side into the chicane. He's got to go for it. No, he's backed out.
Good defender from DTM.
And I mean that.
Respectful driving from the two of them as well. But this brings Charles
very
into play.
respectful driving. I mean, it does bring Charles into play. He's only 3/10 behind now. And look at him right there. This could be a brilliant freeway battle for P2. And maybe even Street Demon could come into play as well.
Potentially. 2.7 seconds behind, but if these guys keep battling, that's not going to last long.
I mean, I think T10 Denzel and AMS Jones, if the race ended now, they'd be perfectly happy with the result.
I would agree with
from right at the back of the grid, both of them, to P3 and P4.
DTM
pits.
Seem to be struggling towards the end.
So that's a one-stop.
Tyres
he's going to come onto the hard tyres. That'll be the hard tyres, definitely the hard tyres. Which makes me think a medium to hard. If the mediums are going off now on lap 12, there's no way Spa Shot's making them last 20 laps. And he keeps pumping in these fastest lap times, which is good for his pace, but horrible for his tyre work.
Which tells me he's going for a 2-stop, completely burning the life out of these two sets of tyres, going as quickly as possible. He needs to make up all the positions he can, because he's losing track position, obviously, in the long run.
Well, he's
doing an excellent job.
I mean, as it stands, these two, Denzel and Joels and Spa Shot, are currently on the same strategy right now.
Yeah.
But they've both got to pit one more time, and Spa Shot's going to have better tyres at the end as well. He's going to have a softer compound. As Joels now closes up to Denzel, moves to the inside. These two had conflict a few races ago at Monaco, not this time round.
Joel's on the inside there.
Good move. Denzel not able to react. Adamar right on the back of Street Demon as well. I mean, Adamar's making places now just due to the fact that those hard tyres can last so much longer than the mediums.
Gilbert, another penalty there.
Gilbert, another. That's probably. I think that's his second or third now. He's probably a few more than that actually. I mean, I think every driver's picked up a penalty so far. I can't think of one that hasn't, other than maybe Spa Shot and Joels. And also, Denzel's staying close to Joel, and he's gone a bit wide. He's going to go for the undercut on the Mercedes driver. Can he get it slowed down? He can. So Joel's is going to have to put in the fastest lap of his life. Street Demon gets a penalty. And now Spa Shot.
Dustin into the pits as well.
Dustin
on the
into
hard
the pits.
tyres. I'm started up behind Sparshot, but crucially,
I think Sparshot's going to make this two-stop
to
work.
make another stop. Oh,
I think he's going to make
Scottish dude there. Scottish dude down. Bit of team orders going on.
Oh, what great driving from Dustin to get that back, to get the switch back, and he's going to go look up the inside, and he's going to back out there. He's really bottled it there. I would have gone
going up the inside now.
He needs to get past Scottish dude.
He's got so much more grip than the Scottish dude. Evident.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's going to get it done. It's just how fast he does it. Yeah, and there he goes with the switchback move there. He's going to get it done before the DRS. Before the DRS is even there. And look at Dark Wolves as well. Dark Wolves comes through. Yellow flags. I don't know what's that. I don't know what that's for. It's for only DTM. Only DTM stopped. Oh, and Dark Phoenix hits him. What has just happened to only DTM? Oh, Craig Conley hits him and he's lost a tyre. Oh my god. Only DTM, the championship challenger, is stopped on the track.
They're stopped on the track.
I feel like I have a funny feeling his wheel's turned off. I know he races on the wheel, I think it's turned off.
He's ghosting now.
And we look now, AJ8 moving past AG2 Panther. Dark Wolves. Wow, Dark Wolves now looking at Dustin.
Only DTM left the session. Lots of yellow flags now, sector 1, 2 and 3.
Extremely frustrated.
Oh god,
what's going on?
Scottish dude's in the spin.
Scottish dude's in the spin. Everything going on here in
Dustin
France.
And Dark Wolves.
Sparshot, we missed it. We missed it. Sparshot's taken the lead. We missed it. Because of everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
Scottish dude with a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. Right, so Dark Wolves now might look for a move on Dustin, because Dark Wolves on the mediums, but they're a lot older than Dustin's hards, 1 lap compared to 8 for the Alfa Romeo driver.
Interesting to see Jenkins hasn't really been able to fight his way through past his teammate, at least.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've been thinking. Maybe they're working together in a strategy, but I mean, they're not really going anywhere with it. So Dustin, as it stands, is P2. We're just basing that on the 2 cars ahead of him. They need to pick, because they haven't yet, and
actually, no, he might not be P2 in terms of strategy, because Sparshot might have to make another pit stop. So
that is true. So at the moment, he's probably leading the race.
But it's going to be a very tight battle, and Sparshot on just raw pace is definitely going to beat him there.
Yeah, and
in terms of what we've seen so far, they're
really
pumping in fastest laps. They'll catch up with him.
And this is the thing,
2 or 3, maybe 4 laps to go.
Probably not even that. I reckon. And Joel's comes into the pits after being overtaken there for the lead. He comes in.
Put medium tyres on. No, sorry, hard tyres on.
Yes, he does.
Adam are now released into P2. I don't think he's got another stop to make either. He's on a hard.
Where is Joel's going to come out?
Probably about 9th.
No, Adam he's done 14 laps on.
No, it'll be 7th. There's a big
he's
gap.
going to have to come
3
into the
teams
mediums.
just ran in the last corner.
So Joel's has a lot of clean air to just go and burn those tyres out. We look behind Tita and Denzel getting close to Street Demon, not close enough though. Everybody kind of separated now.
Adam,
we're not going to see anything happening for a while.
Pit stop. Didn't realise that. He hasn't made a stop. So he'll be going probably around maybe lap 20 if he can try and get the softs the last 7 laps.
That would be a good idea. I would do that.
Because if he's going to put the mediums on, he would have done it probably either this or next lap.
Yeah.
You'd assume get 10, 11, 12 laps out of them.
Well, you can probably do 7 laps on the softs, 12 laps on the mediums. So if he wants to go mediums, he'll pit now.
Yeah.
Where is he in terms of... So he'll pit. He'll be ahead of Dark Horse, he'll be ahead of Jenkins, he'll be ahead of... No, behind, sorry. He'll be behind... Oh, but he will be ahead because they have to pit as well. Could this be a tactical masterclass from the Ferrari driver here?
Potentially. Oh, he's gone into the pits. He's in the pits.
This is going to be for the medium tyres. I can almost
He goes down
guarantee
to neutral before going into the pits. Bit of a mistake there.
Probably had to slam on the brakes. So I've done that before.
Dustin now releasing the P2. Dark Wolf Jenkins go past as well. So it's a 13.5 second gap between first and second. Obviously, Sparshot will have to make a stop. lose him about 20-25 seconds, depending on the speed of the stop course. Then leaves him 12 seconds to make up on a fresh set of either medium or softs.
I mean, I think, yeah, you're looking at 22, 23 seconds for a pit stop. So yeah, he's going to have 10 seconds in about 7 laps. So this is going to be qualifying laps, really,
But
for
of course,
Williams driver.
hards will start to be degrade. Is it hards or mediums? He's on, sorry. He's on hards. So he'll definitely be much slower. He'll be 2 compounds of tyre, you'd assume. Slower.
And on older ones as well, probably about
Very
7 laps old by the time
Spa
Shot
maybe
comes in.
1.5 to 2 seconds a lap, potentially.
I think even more. I mean, I'm looking at Spa Shot's pace. I'm looking at the freshness of Dustin's tyres, and I'm looking at the fact that he's 2 compounds harder. I'm looking at 3 seconds a lap.
It could be a very interesting battle for the lead towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I know. And
23, 24, that kind of area.
And Dustin's going to have to, and he's not using any ERS as it stands. He's on ERS mode 1, 24% of ERS. He will.
Save his fuel as well, because he knows it's going to be a battle. That's completely inevitable, unless Spa Shot makes a massive, massive error.
Well, no, this is what I'm thinking, but he has to keep going in case Spa Shot, because Spa Shot's still pulling away from Dustin. What if Spa Shot pulls far enough away so that he's ahead when he pits? So Dustin still has to go for it.
He's got 3 laps left before really he's going to have to pit. Maybe lap 20-21, you'd assume.
I would assume that, and then, I mean, if he's going... I mean, this is what I'm looking at. Dark Wilson Gilbert came in, and they were on the mediums as well, a lap older, 2 laps older than Spa Shot, and they've just come into the pits now. So Spa Shot, 2 or 3 laps, I reckon, and he'll come in for the softs.
Sacrifice his tyres now for fresh, fast tyres towards the end. No point getting this spot to put on a set of mediums. Might as well.
And here comes T10 Denzel. I think he's going to get out ahead of Dustin as well, because he's pulled out a second in the last minute. Denzel now could go for a move on Street Demon, but it's going to be so close coming into the chicane. He's getting close, but Street Demon's lagging forward and back.
Lots of lag there, lots of lag.
Street Demon maybe going a little bit deep. Denzel
up the road.
But we're seeing Denzel again getting a bad exit compared to a car in the same freshness and the same compound tyres as him. This is just general mistakes from him, really, and he's going to get quite close to Street Demon. He could go for a move here. He's going to be close enough. Up the inside, that's going to be a brilliant move from the Renault driver. Really close, great driving between these two.
Very respectful between the two as well, but Street Demon keeps position
great
in the end.
Denzel getting close and lagging everywhere, and that allows Adam R to look up the inside. Not quite close enough. Jenkins pits. So he's going to come out probably... I mean, we'll have to see what Jenkins... it's the mediums again.
On the mediums.
Spa Shot. I mean, that's 10 laps then for Jenkins to go on the mediums, because he's 9 laps, 9-10 laps. Oh, look, Adam R and Denzel really close. As Adam R, the Ferrari driver, he had a bad weekend at Canada. In fact, I think he came towards the back of the grid. But these 3 in this battle for P4 now. Brilliant racing.
To say 4th, 5th and 6th very close to each other. 6/10 separating the 3 of them. With Street Demon's lag as well.
3 wide into the chicane. Here we go. Up the inside goes Denzel. Adam R's going to be close as well. A little bit of contact.
Again.
We see another car just chucking it up the inside on the second part of that chicane. We saw that earlier.
It wasn't a brilliant move, to be honest with you.
Only DTM
but then again,
earlier, I think.
You can only do so much with the lag.
Yeah, I guess so. And Adam R up the inside. Out of nowhere. Denzel went a little bit wide. Capitalised by Adam, and Adam's going to go for another one.
The inside of Street Demon. Denzel might want to follow him through there, but brilliant racing Adam R.
He's here to show the world that he means business in ILR Tier 5. What a great couple of moves there from Adam. I mean, I don't really see him being fast enough to push up to AMS Joel's.
No, it's quite a gap there. 8.1 seconds, but then different compound tyre. Joel's going to have to stay on them for the rest of the race. Obviously, so is Adam R, but similar freshness, to be fair.
Ooh, 3-second time penalty there for Street Demon. So Denzel, he's still going to want to make a move on the Haas of Street Demon here.
You would assume as much. 17.2 seconds the gap now between the top two. Dustin losing time rapidly.
Very close, isn't it?
5 seconds, I reckon. As of now, if he picks this lap, Spa Shot will probably be about 9 seconds. 5 seconds, sorry.
Well, you've got to look at this. You cut out the last turn coming into the pit,
yeah,
so that gains
that's also true.
And you rejoin straight onto the racing line, so that gains you time as well.
It's a short pit stop.
I don't know if it's 21 seconds. Well,
it will be
look
very
here at
close on
Dark
next tip, but as of now, it looks like Spa Shot's kind of... Yeah, he's definitely favourites to win this race, as of now.
Oh, Dark Horse looking for a move on Denzel, up the inside. Denzel 2 laps in a row, he's been done at that corner. That's 2 laps in a row, and all these cars now coming through on fresh mediums. Denzel, who did look earlier on in the race like he could be on for a podium, now looks like maybe P8 is as far as he'll go.
Spa Shot now in a world of his own. On track.
Well, we see now Denzel opening up the DRS, but then so does Jenkins as well. Jenkins with a better run. He's going to look to the inside, and he's probably going to get the move done. I can't see Denzel really fighting
inside
back.
Into turn 1. Fresh tyres.
Not enough space there to fight back around the outside.
No.
Good move from Jenkins. Pretty simple one, but you got to get the simple ones done. And look at Dark Horse now, right on the back of Street Demon as well.
Street Demon, sorry.
Very close is the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo really not had a great day, and as it stands, they would lose points to Williams. And now open up the DRS, and I don't think it's going to be close.
Street Demon as early as possible. Oh, he's
fighting. A little bit of a late move. Really late move.
And Dark Horse gets given a penalty for that, and
he's got the side, and he's... This is the way I look at that. The first part, Dark Horse picking up the 3-second time penalty, 100% not his fault due to Street Demon coming across. But that second part, I don't know. I feel like he went a little bit deep. There. I mean, I'll definitely be having words with the stewards about what happened.
Removing that penalty.
Well, not just removing that penalty, but having a word about Street Demon, because he was fairly reckless last week, and he's done it again here, moving massively on the straight.
No, you got to watch how he is for the championship leader. Will Jenkins just leave him to it? Spa Shot's still not pitting yet, by the way.
I think he could be staying.
Lap 21.
Here comes Jenkins. Street Demon again, kind of coming across.
Street Demon, but Jenkins this time had enough speed.
No, he goes straight over.
Goes over the curve. And there you go.
And there goes Dark Horse.
Dark Horse to get through as well.
Oh, he nearly hits him. I think they did make contact. Street Demon and Dark Horse. Street Demon, a little bit reckless here.
Frustration.
And he drops down to P7. Exactly.
Whilst it's going on, 19 seconds the gap now between the top two.
I think Spa Shot could come out here in the lead. Is he going to pit this lap?
He's got to pit this lap. He's not. He's gone past the pit. He's going again. Is he going to the end of the race?
I think he could just be going to the end of the race. He's using overtake on the straight, so that would make me think he's trying to get a big enough gap to be leading this race when he comes out the pits. But I don't know. I can't believe he's going to the end. No, that's just not something I can believe. Those medium tyres just won't last 20 laps. The softs can only do 7. Well, the softs can just about do 9 laps if you're nice on them. There's no way the mediums do 20.
No.
So
surely not.
Maybe if you went on the hards, I'd believe it, but I just can't. Not really anything going on down the grid here. I'm having a bit of lag here.
Are you?
No, I'm not. I'm alright. No, I'm alright. I'm good. Street Demon is close to Dark Wolf still. But I don't think he's going to be close. No, he's definitely not going to be close enough. About a second to get out there now.
Denzel and Gilbert fighting each other. 8th and 9th.
Oh yes, here comes Unity Gilbert. Denzel, who's dropped off a little bit here. Here comes Gilbert now. A little bit swerving from Denzel, but I mean, he left him that inside line. Through goes Unity Gilbert. No fight there from Denzel.
Corner cut there.
Gilbert picks up a time penalty. And in fact, that is something we're going to have to look at as well. Craig Conley leaves the session. So clearly he was sitting there watching. Where did Conley crash again?
He was he crashed on only DTM when DTM.
Ah yes. His wheel turned off.
Stopped working.
Yes.
Stopped on the racing
I think Spa Shot's going to the end.
Do you reckon? Is he not pit this?
He's still extending his gap.
Wow, yeah. Dustin on the hard, he's always going to be slower, but 15 laps old those mediums are. Right down to the carcass they'll be towards the end.
I mean, but the thing is, I'm not seeing any separation on tyres, so they can't be anything more than 60% as it stands. Which would make you think he can easily go to the end.
Yeah, but at this point, you can definitely see him coming out. 20 seconds is now a gap.
Side by side.
Yellow flags.
Yellow flags. I don't know what it is, but Damien's up the inside of Dark Phoenix, backs out of it, he's going to go for the undercut. Oh, Dark Phoenix there. I mean, a bit unlucky for Damien. I mean, Damien has great pace. I really don't know what's happened to him today. He normally has brilliant pace. I feel like he might have just got a little bit unlucky in this race.
Adam R is posting in. Look at Jones.
Well, we look at the position changes here. P3 up 17, P4 up 15, P7 up 11. A great race for those back of the grid starters here today.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting on board with Damien, not really much going on, so we will just watch now as Damien will look to the outside of Dark Phoenix. I mean, this is going to be a brave move if he can get it done. Round the outside goes to Toro Rosso, and we see another brilliant move here in that area of the track where we've seen multiple good moves occur today. And the Toro Rosso moves his way up into P11. AJH, P10, let's take the free yellow flag. What are we seeing? Oh, we're seeing...
It was Sarah getting out of the way of... 1-1. She's got a 10-second penalty.
Spa Shot's going to the end of this race. Spa Shot's going to the end of this race.
It must be.
I cannot believe it. More yellow flags. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, it's still Sarah getting out of the way.
Oh, okay. Not been a great race for the Scottish girl here. Down in P16, last position. Being lapped by Unity Gilbert in P7 there. Spa Shot stays out again. He's definitely going to the end. Oh, very probably not as close as it looked. I mean, really, nothing going on. Maybe Jenkins is catching up to Adam, but apart from that, looks like Spa Shot's going to make it 2 in a row unless there's something catastrophic that happens to him. He picks up a 3-second time penalty, but I don't think that's really going to make a difference. And in fact, if you could just check time penalties, just on the race director, if you just go onto each driver, you can see their individual penalties. Yeah. No, so Spa Shot, not really bothered. I'm just looking really from Adam R down.
Quite a few. You got Jenkins, of course, on none. Excellent quality of drive for him.
What about Adam?
You've got Dark Wolf penalty warning. So yeah, he's got a couple of penalties there. Adam R.
Yeah, in 4th.
1 penalty.
Okay, so as it stands, unless Jenkins picks up another penalty, he's going to finish. Well, Jenkins will finish P4 here. and Adam will finish P5. And in fact, here you go, DRS open, AJH picks up a penalty, up into P9. We've missed something here. We've missed Street Demon dropping to P13. Has he come in for
He pitted.
Yeah, okay.
Pitted for a stats.
Ah, got ya. Filling in the co-commentator role perfectly there, Tom.
Well, yeah.
Yellow flags, is that Sarah? No, it's not. Who is it?
Not sure.
Oh, I think it might have been Panther getting out of the way.
God, just watching Spot on board with Spot shot here. He's got absolutely.
Oh, look at Jenkins. Jenkins, look at Jenkins and Adam R. Jenkins round the outside.
Oh, God,
he's maybe going to come for a switchback here. That'll be a great move if he can get it done. He can't, but he's going to be right on the back of Adam R for the pit straight.
He's got to be careful here. He's got championship to think of.
He does, and maybe he just wants to get this move done nicely on the straight. That might have been why he backed out of it.
Oh, he lost the back end there.
Very nearly lost it.
Everyone's tired. He's going out here. Makes Jack Spar's feet. Getting to 18 laps on those medium tyres compared to Jenkins losing the back end on 8 lap hole tyres. He's done an excellent job.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, look, we look at driver of the day, but this is what we need to look at. Driver of the day, and it's going to be an extremely hard one.
Joel's got to be up there for me. P3.
I mean, Joel's has gone up 17 places, and I know Sparshot has dominated this race, but if he pitted again, he'd come out right next to Dustin. I feel like I'm going to go Joel's as my driver of the day, just for the simple fact that he's gained 17 places.
Jenkins up around the outside.
Jenkins round the outside, a decent move, and I think at this point we're all just getting ready to pack up and move on to the FIFA trial.
Sarah Birdwood's got to be in contention for driver of the day as well. Personally,
she's done brilliant.
World class driver.
I mean,
only a minute and 3 seconds off her.
I mean, you turn up, yeah, but you turn up, and you do your race. And she's turned up. She hasn't gone anybody's way. She hasn't hit anybody off. So
she's done an excellent job of getting out of the way, I think.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, look, there we go. You know, that's
good on her.
If you're going to be at the back, I respect you if you get out of the way.
Do it properly.
Exactly.
She is doing it properly.
And I respect that.
Final lap now. Watching on board the Spar shot.
Another penalty for Street Demon. I'll tell you what, Tom. Street Demon got disqualified last time out.
Well, maybe he's trying to do it again because he's been fairly awful in this race, I'd like to say. I mean, very reckless.
Nah, he hasn't been. Yeah, he has been fairly reckless. I'll give you that one. And I think definitely word with the stewards will be had, especially for Dark Horse, who I don't think Dark Horse would be in P. I think he'd be in P4 if it wasn't for what happened. And we need to watch now as Sparshot around turn 12, and he's ran a brilliant race on tyres that are 19 laps old, where people couldn't even take the hards 19 laps. A great race. He's going to make it 2 in a row here in France. What a race from the Williams driver across the line. Wins in France, clear of everybody, and he will now start to mount that title charge.
Seconds.
And he was pulling away at the end of the race as well.
20 odd
around the final
tyres as well. That was brilliant.
I mean, this race maybe wasn't as much of a spectacle as we thought it would be. But Dustin, I mean, not a bad race. Not a bad race at all. Dustin, P2, he'll be happy with that one. Had some unlucky results recently. He'll be happy with P2. Joel's.
Looks like he's going to come on P3, 2.5 seconds ahead of P4 there. And
he leads the reserve drivers by a mile. And in fact, that's 2 cars. Oh, and Jenkins gets ahead of him on penalties by 0.4 of a second.
Oh, God, yeah.
We didn't pick up on that. Dark Horse P6, Gilbert P7, Denzel. I mean, depending on how many penalties he's got.
Which goes?
Denzel goes P7.
Denzel P7.
Damien gets ahead of AJH on penalties as well. Here comes Dark Phoenix to the line. Street Demon's currently P12, but I feel like Scottish Dude could get ahead of him.
It wouldn't surprise me. The amount of penalties that guy's got.
And I'm going to. We've got
he's crossed the line there. There you go.
We've got our podium interviews to be had here, Tom. So I'm going to I'm going to get the drivers in now.
Excellent.
For the podium interview. Now, normally I would do one for me, two for me, and one for my co-commentator. But I don't know if you've really got any questions because you don't know the championship standings or anything.
No, you carry on. I'll make some comments throughout if they're needed.
All right. Okay. Cool. We saw, a brilliant race. I mean, overall, especially in the midfield, we saw some great battles, some contact. Sparshot, if you could just make sure you got your audio included.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So, T10 Sparshot wins the race, followed by Dustin, Jenkins, Joels, Adamar, Dark Wolves in the Alfa Romeos, running right up there in P3 until he got almost nearly swiped by Street Demon. T10 Denzel, Unity Gilbert, Damien Squid, AJH rounds out the top 10 in the McLaren, followed by Dark Phoenix, Street Demon, only DTM whose wheel turned off. I think that's what happened because he suddenly stopped on track. Scottish Dude P14, Panther, Sarah, and then it was the final finisher, and then the 4 retirements of the 20 car race were Craig Conley, Boom, JJ Rock, and Atlantis J20. So we've got Dustin and Sparshot here. So I think we're just going to move ahead without Jenkins because he didn't turn up last week either. So, Jack, 20 laps on those mediums. Now, I've seen Jolly do it before, and I knew he'd probably have told you that it's definitely possible around here, but we did not think that you would be able to pull that one off. Just let us know, how was it towards the end of the race racing on those 20-lap-old mediums?
Well, I actually did the softs to mediums in RFL early in the week, so I knew it was possible. And I don't know what it looked like on stream, but I think they only ended on 67%. So they weren't even, they weren't that bad. But obviously, I've always said that I prefer harder tyres. So that's why I was gaining, because I can't stand the soft tyres, but obviously you want to qualify up. So they were all right at the end even.
Yeah, well, we did mention on about lap 22 or 23, they didn't look like they were opening up, so they couldn't have been on any more than 60. So, I mean, to be able to make those last that long, because we saw cars coming in for their second pit stops from the mediums around lap 14, 15. So we thought you'd definitely follow suit around lap 20, but it never came. But a brilliant drive, and especially for the championship now, after some unlucky races towards the start of the season and some mistakes on your behalf. Now 2 wins in a row with Jenkins finishing 2nd and 3rd respectively. Obviously maybe not closing in as much as you'd have wanted to, but definitely for the team and just for you. How does that feel now to know that you're in that title, you're in with a shout at a title if you keep up this form?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously I've kind of made it very difficult for myself with the mistakes I had early on in the season, but I mean, I was expecting Jenkins to finish right next to me, but so 10 points really isn't the end of the world. It's 10 points gained. Hopefully I can carry on, but I don't know if I'll win a 3rd in a row, because France is one of my best tracks, and Austria's, I think, neutral, to be honest. I think everyone's similar on pace, so who knows what will happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
was amazing as well.
Yeah, I lost.
I
spun and I was 4 tenths up.
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw.
we did.
I
You
was
were
on board
4
with you on
tenths up at
storming
the
lap.
end. Wow.
Yeah, but obviously.
So yeah, that's your 3rd win of the season.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's a brilliant result. So yeah, well done, mate. Especially for T10. I know I'm on my AMS account now, but T10 we're taking over. So Dustin, P2. I mean, just kind of a mellow race for you. I mean, after the pit stops, you were kind of just on your own, racing your own race. Let us know just how it went and how it felt just throughout the race, knowing that you were, quite far behind Sparshot, but you had that buffer behind you towards the end of the race.
Yeah, quite an easy race, especially in the second stint. It was just cruising around pretty much, no chance to really attack. No one behind me, so just coasting around, trying not to get penalties.
Yeah, well, you did end with 0 penalties, which we thought was quite impressive following, just looking at some of the drivers further down the grid, they were picking up 3 or 4. And, I mean, especially this must feel like redemption after what happened in Spain. Obviously, you were leading and then hit the back of a back marker, and that kind of just threw your race off track. So to be able to come back now and get your first podium of the season, I'm sure that feels like redemption, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's great, especially last week as well. Pretty unlucky for me. Crashed with no fault of my own, and then Spain race, as you said. It was quite a good race for me.
Yeah, well done, mate. And that puts you in the shout, maybe top 5 in the championship as well, if things go your way. So, anything else to add, Tom?
No, great race. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. I hope we get to do this another time. I think you're a good co-commentator. So
Completely, I agree.
So thank you everybody for watching ILR Tier 5 Round 8 around France. Check back next week 7:30 as usual. I think Captain Carroll will be back for that race. So you'll have your usual 2 commentators for Round 9 around Austria. Thank you and goodbye.